These Indians live about 250 miles up the Moroni River. It's very hard to get up there.
And you can see all the footage he's getting. This is a native boy.
Whoa, you think that you thought, hold on.
One of the Bushman's son.
The term Bushman along the Moroni River historically refers to the Maroons, who are the descendants of enslaved Africans.
I'm a descendant of freed slaves.
This is one of the chiefs. If we look at the tobacco, the old tobacco images of the Indians, right, with their feathers, copper-colored bodies, it's the same as we see here. But as you can see the footage, these are so-called Negroes, right? As you can see, they're encountering different colored tribes along these rivers. As you can see, this tribe has longer hair. They let their hair grow, but they're copper-colored, almost the same as the other natives that are with him. Basically, almost the same skin. And this is more of them in their river. More villages they're encountering, all copper-colored people.
Whoa, you think that you thought, hold on. We don't have evidence of that.
The argument being made does not follow from the footage. It commits several logical errors by conflating different populations and relying on appearance instead of evidence. Overall grade D. The footage may have historical value, but the interpretation being offered stretches well beyond what can actually be concluded. Category, grade, reason, observation, B. Correctly notices different communities and differences in hairstyles and appearance. Historical context. Omits who the Maroons, bush Negroes, actually were and how they came to live there. Anthropology treats skin tone as evidence of common ancestry. Logic F, they look alike for they're the same people, is not a valid argument. Evidence, no documents, genealogy, archaeology, or genetics are presented to support the conclusions. Claim 1, open quote, these are so-called Negroes, close quote. This part is largely correct in the historical sense. The Moroni River region was home to Maroon communities. These communities were founded by Africans and their descendants who escaped slavery in Dutch Suriname beginning in the 17th and 18th centuries. Groups include Saramaka, Njuka, Aukan, Aluku, Paramaka, Matawai. These communities are extensively documented in colonial records. Claim 2, open quote, they're encountering copper-colored tribes, close quote. This is also generally accurate. The Moroni River separates Suriname and French Guiana, where indigenous peoples such as the Wayana, Lokono, Arawak, Kalina, Carib, Tirio have long lived. Seeing both Maroon villages and indigenous villages along the river is historically expected. Claim 3, open quote, they're almost the same skin color, close quote. Skin color is a poor indicator of ancestry. Neighboring populations living in the same tropical environment can overlap considerably in complexion, while having distinct histories, languages, and identities. Anthropologists do not classify populations based primarily on skin tone. Claim 4, open quote, this proves they're the same people, close quote. This conclusion does not follow. The footage merely shows different peoples living in the same region. To establish common ancestry, one would need evidence such as historical records, language relationships, archaeology, genealogy, genetics. None of that is demonstrated simply by showing people standing near each other or sharing a similar complexion. Claim 5, open quote, the tobacco cards show the same people, close quote. This is another weak inference. Many 19th and early 20th century tobacco cards were artistic illustrations rather than ethnographically precise portraits. Artists often generalized features or relied on stereotypes. Even if a drawing resembles someone in a 1940 film, resemblance alone is not evidence of identity. What's missing? The presentation never discusses the well-documented history of the Maroons. That history is important because it explains why African-descended communities and indigenous communities were living near one another. Maroons frequently traded with indigenous groups, formed alliances, sometimes intermarried, and shared knowledge of the forest. That historical interaction does not mean they were originally the same population. Final assessment. The footage itself is valuable because it documents real communities along the Moroni River. However, the narration goes beyond what the footage can support. It substitutes visual similarity for historical proof and overlooks the documented histories of both Maroon peoples and indigenous nations in the region. Overall, grade D. The observations are real, but the conclusions are not adequately supported by the available evidence.
Whoa, listen. You think that, hold on. We don't have evidence of that.